If you work in e-commerce, you may have heard the acronyms URI, URL, and URN before. But while these are sometimes mistakenly used interchangeably, each of these has a unique function. My name is Madeline, and welcome to our e-commerce fundamentals series. I'll be walking you through the difference between these terms and how each is used so you can understand what's happening behind the scenes on your website. A URI is a string of characters used to identify a resource either by name, location, or both. Uniform resource locators and uniform resource names are both subset of uniform resource identifiers. A URL refers simply to the location of a resource itself, while the URN refers to the resource's name. To sum it up, URLs and URNs are both URIs, but as we've learned, these three terms are not interchangeable and represent different characteristics of a resource. It's important to understand the distinction between these terms, as multiple resources could have the same name. And in that case, using a URN, for example, wouldn't be very effective in locating the resource you're looking for. This is the reason that URLs are much more common. When you type in a URL in your search bar, you're sending a request to the server at that address. In just a few seconds, the server responds to your request with the contents of the resource you asked for. URLs allow for creating links between pages and provide unique identifiers for each one, so they can help developers stay organized and help users find exactly what they're looking for. A URL will always contain a protocol and a domain, but can also have other information that leads to more precise areas of a website. There are a few other identifiers that can follow a domain, such as the port, the path, query strings, and fragments, as you'll see in this graphic. URNs are permanent and unchanging, so they're valuable for resources that you want to identify even when the resource changes location. The three parts of the URN syntax include the case-sensitive leading scheme followed by a namespace identifier, which identifies where a resource belongs, then a namespace-specific string, which serves to identify the resource itself. URNs are used only to identify what a resource is, not where it is, and will always remain the same even if a resource changes location or becomes inactive. Since URNs are meant to be unique, their persistent identifiers must be registered with the Internet Assigned Numbers Authority. The main use case for URNs is with libraries or journals to identify specific books, articles, or other content. Whether you're sending an email, transferring a file, or accessing a web page, we need URIs to do so. It's important to understand how the internet really works if you want to effectively manage your e-commerce site. For more help understanding how your site works and what you can do to improve the user experience, contact Very today.